Hey, can I talk about a random trilogy of games that only has one connecting factor? Yes? No? Well, I'm gonna do it anyway. So back in the early 2000s, we had the release of Manhunt from Rockstar Games in 2003, and Killzone from Guerrilla Games and Sony in 2004. Judging by their Metacritic scores and a few reviews around the time of release, it looks like they were fairly well received. There is a little more to the reviews on there, but like half of these publications don't even exist anymore, and I'm not really interested in the critic reviews of games that are almost 20 years old. I vaguely remember them getting released, but they wouldn't have been on my radar because I didn't really play first-person shooters at the time, and I obviously wouldn't have been allowed to own Manhunt. Our third entry wasn't released until 2012, that being Syndicate, produced by Starbreeze and published by EA. Syndicate's score is a little more, well, understandable. AT, what the heck is the through line? How are these games connected? Oh boy, am I glad you asked, even though the title spoiled it already. So what do all these games have in common? It's not the companies that made them, it's not the genres they're in, so what is it? It's this guy! Any of y'all watch Succession? Yes? No? Whatever. This is award-winning Scottish actor Brian Cox, and oh man, let me tell you, I'll be making a lot of content featuring this man, cause, well, spoilers, he's my favorite actor of all time. This man's career is full to the brim with oddities. It's almost a crime to not talk about them. I've watched so many strange and wonderful things because of him, and also a lot of terrible stuff. And these games are no exception. I'm not going to be going into Brian a lot just because the topics aren't strictly about him, he's just the commonality. Wait, if he's like a prolific actor, why did you pick the games first? Well, funnily enough, these are, as far as I'm aware, the only 3 games Brian has ever done work for. So it's just a nice convenient trilogy, and the games are different enough to make each video unique. So I should really state the sort of status of these games just because I feel it's necessary. Oh, and how I'll be playing them. So as of recording this video in August of 2022, here's the rundown on that. So starting with Manhunt, I feel like this is going to be the game that I have the least problems with. This is because it is the most easily accessible, being available on all PlayStation platforms as well as PC. Though the Steam version needs to be modded quite a bit to run properly. I ended up buying the PS4 version, and after messing around with it, it runs perfectly fine, so that's the one I'm going to be using. So for Killzone, I can't find any concrete way of playing it besides the HD collection on PS3 and the original on PS2. Killzone was a Sony exclusive, and the PSN store as of right now only has Killzone Shadowfall on it. I will be playing the PS2 version because I do not own a PS3. Okay, I need to add this here because while I was writing this script, I just realized Brian's character is more in Killzone 2 than in the first game, but like as of recording, I can't play Killzone 2. As I stated, I do not own a PS3 and I have no way of accessing it on PSN or on PC. Ugh, I was wondering why I owned a physical copy of this game. So, like, yeah, at this point, the Killzone video might just be on the entire franchise itself. We'll have to see. And then we get on to Syndicate. This one is possibly the most difficult to get a hold of if we exclude Killzone 2. This game is only accessible on the original consoles it was released on, PS3 and Xbox 360, not PC. I made a whole video about this, but I did some more digging, so here's a little update. I found on delisted.com that the 360 version had been taken off of its marketplace in August of 2020, so over 2 years ago. This also means it can't be played on newer Xbox consoles either, and it was taken off of Origin a year ago. I also can't find a listing of it on the PS3 marketplace, so I'm assuming it got removed from there as well. And just to add, this game never got released on PS4 in any capacity. So as of right now, you can only play it on PS3 or Xbox 360 if you own the console and physical disc. But I'm playing it on PC because I do still have access to my copy. Oh, and if you're concerned about my Syndicate video having issues if I lose my PC copy, don't worry. Yes, KT will cry, but I've got 2 recorded playthroughs of it, and as of writing the script, the one for Syndicate is like 90% complete. So I did as much prep and future-proofing as I could. Hopefully. So there's the rundown on the status of the games and the versions I will be playing. Oh, these videos are getting complicated. I need to get this off my chest. I love this man, like more than life itself. He's gotten me through some of the worst moments of my life, but Brian is like this unfortunate Moses figure to me. He basically shows up and is like, KT, here's the 10 commandments of BS you're going to watch and or play because you like me. I've made this project worse for myself by having credibility for the material. So yes, I'm essentially going to be making a series of about 5 videos, that includes this one, talking about the odds and ends of each game, and then wrapping it all up in a retrospective of the trilogy itself. I know that sounds weird. How can I make a retrospective on 3 games that aren't even in the same franchise? I mean, we'll see. It might just be interesting to talk about and compare them. I won't know until I get the other 3 videos done first. So yes, join KT as they talk about the briancox trilogy. Asterix, we're considering the Killzone franchise as one entity at this point because, like, I feel like I have to. And I supposedly should also do an asterisk for Trilogy as well, considering he might end up in another game by the time I've gotten this released. Then I'll have to make another video. Please don't, Brian. The script was so nice and simple before I started mucking around. Don't be in another game. I don't have the endurance. If you want to help KT out in these trying times of making things difficult for themselves for literally no reason, please don't forget to like and share and all that jazz. And don't forget to check out my art shop as well as my Patreon. I'll see you all in the next video.